Hey guys, so I am back to do a formal update on cycle day or cycle 16. That's what cycle we just started, or I just started. I had my RE appointment on cycle day 2 for the ultrasound for them to check to see if my cyst had gone away, and thankfully it is gone. She did say that she could tell it was like where it was because it kind of looked like, well, the size that I'm going to show you isn't going to be relevant because she may have been zoomed in, but it kind of looked like about this big, which again, that's magnified to me, but it was like a flatter look, if that makes sense. And she said she could tell it had bursts because you could still kind of see the outline of it, but she said the fluid had gone out of it. It's just there is some blood in there, which, sorry, that might be a little TMI, but she said it had burst, and I was kind of surprised because this is the first cycle, if I cannot talk, wow. This is the first cycle since the last 2 months that it hasn't been painful. Like after ovulation, like I wasn't in a lot of pain down there. So it was strange that she said that it had burst because it's like I didn't even notice. When other cycles I had been like tender and just crampy and like I could just tell something was off, and that's what it was with my cyst. So that's good though. She said it's nothing to worry about. It's good that it's gone. So yay. Finally no cyst after 2 cycles of no medication. That's crazy. Needless to say, I am taking Clomid again, and I decided after doing my own personal research that I just wanted to stick with Clomid for my second cycle of taking medication. I don't know. I just felt like that was the best thing for me to do at this point. So I'm taking Clomid. I started at cycle day 3, so today I'm cycle day 5, so it's my 3rd day taking it, and I have 2 more pills left. And so far, I haven't really had any side effects. Again, the first morning I took it though, really strange, and I don't know that it could have already have been from Clomid because I took it at 6 a.m. and then around 9:30 or 10 that day, I was at work and I just started getting really, really hot, and it felt like the hot flashes again, like I had the first cycle I took Clomid, but I was like, can I really be having hot like symptoms already? I just took it 3.5 hours ago, but I don't know. Maybe it's possible. Comment below and tell me if you guys have experienced symptoms that quickly. Again, it's just my second cycle of Clomid or any kind of medication, so I'm still kind of like unsure of how everything works or how it reacts to how my body reacts to it. Okay. So I'm taking Clomid, and what I'm going to do different this cycle is, because I asked her, the reason this came up is because I had asked her, you know, I've had all the tests done, I've had the blood work done, I had the HSG, what, is there anything else that might be going on that you guys can't see, that, you know, that could still be causing this to not get us pregnant? And she said, well, we can do a follicle check on cycle, you know, the cycle day that I get my positive OPK. She said normally they don't do that unless they're more closely monitoring your cycles, like with injections and so forth. But because I had asked, and she kind of said, you know, if we do a follicle check, we can tell if you are maturing eggs to at least 18 millimeters or bigger, because she had told me that what their opinion is, and I don't know if other doctors have probably told you guys something different, which is completely possible, but is that if it's below 18 millimeters in size and it's still ovulating, it's very unlikely that it can be fertilized. So I don't know. I've never had my follicles checked around that time, so I feel like I'm probably fine. But what if all this time, almost a 1.5 years later, you know, everything else is perfect. He's great. I'm great, healthy, but my follicles are not maturing. Like, what if that's it? Like, that's crazy. So because our insurance is changing over, it is going to cost me a little bit more because I have to pay for another ultrasound at this mid-appointment instead of just like my $20 copay like I was used to. It's going to cost a little more, but I really feel like it's worth it, and it'll ease my mind that there's one more thing we can cross off the list knowing that it's not, or maybe it is. And if it is, then take, you know, towards closer to ovulation, 3 days of menopause. I don't know. Sarah, you can correct me because I know you're an expert with that stuff from your first cycle of IVF. But, so menopause, yes, 3 days of that. and then in 1 day a trigger, obviously. That would be what the next step would be if my follicles are not maturing, which I will be so stunned and incredibly like in awe if that's really what's like one of the things that's been causing us not to get pregnant. But who knows? It could just be a timing thing and unexplained infertility, as they like to tell me. But that's what I found out from her. And then as far as my follicles that I have right now, which my follicle amount has never been a problem, but that doesn't mean that they're getting to the size they need to be. But my follicle count, as always, my right dominated. My right had about 15 and my left had about 10. So they said it's a good amount, and I just asked her out of the blue, I was like, how many is too many? Like, what's not a good amount? She said, normally people with PCOS have like around 25 or more, and that's not a good sign. But I never really feared that I had PCOS. It's good to know that I have a good amount of follicles, not too many, not too little. So hopefully they're just doing what they're supposed to do, and then everything will be great in that sense. So that's really, I was just looking at my notes to make sure that's it. Yeah, that's really all I had. I just wanted to give you guys an update on my doctor's appointment. I'll come back as soon as I get my positive OPK and I get my follicle scan. I'm gonna do an update as soon as possible after that, just to kind of let you guys know where we're headed from here. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see, and I hope it's good news, and I'm so ready for this to happen, as I know everyone is, but I'm just trying to like stay calm and just know that it's God's timing, it's God's plan, and in the end, I'm not going to care how long it took as long as I get a hold of my baby. I won't remember any of the pain and the tears shed and the frustration led to this, because overall, I'm so happy that I'm here. I have such an amazing journey, and I'm sharing it with you guys. I've met so many people and talked to so many people and became best friends with a few people already that I've met because of this community. So I will never ever regret this journey that I'm on, and I will never forget it either. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend as it's closing up, and back to work tomorrow for me. Yay. But I will be back to talk to you guys soon. Bye.